Hello you guys, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my updated makeup routine. I did change my makeup up not too long ago. I do go a little lighter now, not too heavy but not too light. I really like what I've been doing, so I'm going to show you guys what my updated makeup routine looks like. Let's get started. I do already have my eyebrows done and my lashes done. The only difference with the both actually is that I do my brows thinner and I've been leaning more on lash clusters instead of lash strips. Lash clusters do also save me a lot of time because I do not need to reapply every day. So I also do suck at recording myself while doing my eyebrows. My eyebrows just never come out good. But I do have a tutorial on my TikTok. It is a voiceover and I think it's pretty detailed, so it should help. For my eyebrows, I use the Made by Mitchell Brow Sludge palette in shade Tiramisu. But anyways, let's get started with our base. So for my base, since my skin is dry, I do like to moisturize a lot. I start off with the Acne Fighting e.l.f. Putty Primer. I do also like the original one, the regular putty primer. I've actually been using that one for OMG, so long. I put that all over my face and on my forehead, and I just glide it throughout my entire face, trying to really get the creases under my eyes. And this just makes my makeup last all day, and it just like, ugh, I love it. And I also like that it's thick but it's not heavy. And then going with the moisturizer, the other day I used Aquaphor and I really liked it actually. I usually do the e.l.f. Holy Hydration, but then I tried Laneige and I'm gonna do Laneige. I really like this one under my eyes. It's just a very hydrating formula. I'm just gonna blend this all throughout under my eyes. This will just help my concealer when it's time to conceal, and the way it gives my skin so much moisture just makes my skin feel so much better. Okay, now that our face is ready for application, I go in with, recently I've been doing concealer, but usually this is time for foundation. I've really been liking how the concealer sits on my face, so I might even stick to just concealer. I don't know. Look at that. This is Too Faced Born This Way in shade Sand. I am very loyal to my Too Faced. I don't care. Like, it's such, oh my gosh, look at that. So just creamy, and the coverage is so amazing. Basically right now I just really try to get it all over my face as if it was a foundation. And then I get a powder puff and I start blending everything out. This concealer has the most beautiful coverage ever. Now that all of my concealer foundation is blended out, I always start off with the cream or liquid blush. I really like the Juvia's Place liquid and cream blush, but I also really like the Kimchi one and the ColourPop one, so I'm super indecisive when it comes to cream and liquid and powdered blushes. I just really like a lot of them. Today I'm using the Juvia's Place blushed cream in shade Pinch Me. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with my fingers. With cream and liquid blushes, I really like to blend those with my fingers instead of a brush or a powder puff or even a blender. I just think the result and everything is so much better when you do it with your fingers. I don't know if it's that skin on skin, I don't know, but it's just so seamless and beautiful and effortless, and it blends. Look at that. I then go in with my bronzer contour. This is e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour in shade Medium Moyen. I just kind of put 2 dots, 1, 2, another 2 on this side, 1 on my chin, and 1 on my forehead. A lot of you tell me to stop putting bronzer on my forehead. No, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the feedback, but I've tried it and I don't like it. I don't know, there's just some stuff that you think might look better, but I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it. But I basically just blend my bronzer, kind of blending it into my blush a little tiny bit, but not too much, and then up into my temple, then my chin, and then it meets my forehead. I just like to give my forehead some color because I feel like when this is all bronzed out and this is still left not bronzed out, it looks a little odd. Okay, now that I did my cream products, look at how that blended out. Oh my gosh, I love how the cream products just sit together. Now it's time to re-conceal. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in shade Tan Deep Golden. I may need to mix this one. If I do need to mix it, I'm just gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in shade Swan, but let's see if I even need to mix it. Oh yeah, I think I will. Okay, then I'm just gonna do a little bit of this in my inner corners, and then just a tiny bit of this, ooh, like that, just a tiny bit, just because that was my fault. But usually I go in with this color, which is, I'm just gonna finish it like this, like that, up, up, up. This was a little experiment that I should have experimented off camera, but normally I conceal with the Sand Too Faced concealer, even right here. I just was thinking maybe it would make that color or a little brighter, because the other day I used Juvia's Place in shade 16, which is a little lighter than this one, and I really liked it, so I was kind of trying to do that, but with this formula, I don't know, you guys, I was doing science, okay? I don't even know why I was trying to recreate another formula. I really like the Juvia's formula. Like, under my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead. Okay, now I'm gonna blend out. I'm gonna start in the middle and then just drag everything together and it'll just kind of mix itself. I'm not new to mixing concealers. I used to mix them all the time, which I actually do recommend if you accidentally buy the wrong shade. And look at how beautiful that blends. Two amazing formulas just becoming best friends. I do also like to look up a little bit when I am concealing. And then when I do under my nose, I kind of try to connect everything together. Same thing with my chin. I blend my chin out and then connect it again. Now that everything is blended out, this is how it should look. It is very dewy, like glassy, blended out seamlessly. This is how you kind of want to trap it and just set it down with powder to just kind of, you're stuck there. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This is shade Pound Cake. I used to put a lot of powder on my face. I don't really do that anymore. I kind of lay it on my hand to go lighter because I feel like less is more. Look at my base is all glossy, but I'm going to start applying under my eyes and then up, just kind of the same areas where I put on my concealer. It just mattifies it so nicely, but without doing too much of that like dry look, you know? Because again, my skin is dry and a lot of stuff will make it look cracky and dry and just, I don't know. I notice when I go lighter on the powder, it just gives me a better outcome. Basically do it all over my face, but mainly focusing under my eyes, under my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead, and on my smile lines because I do laugh a lot. Under my eyes as well because of my creases and wherever you feel like you sweat a lot. And maybe your nose, and maybe, I don't know, just wherever, you know? And look at that, it just blurred out my whole base. Now we kind of tried to revive everything after we powdered up, but we're gonna go with powdered instead of cream products. Kind of the same but different. After I finish setting my face with loose powder, I always go in with powdered blush. So today I'm going to be using Kylie Cosmetics pressed blush powder in shade Winter Kissed. I think this is the perfect like baby doll pink. I know, like at the end of my brows, just a little bit, and then I blend it going into my inner corner under my eyes and down just so it looks blended and nice and seamless. Like look at that, that is so perfect. After powdered blush, I go in with powdered bronzer. I have tried so many powdered bronzers and a lot of them are so blotchy. My absolute favorite is still the Juvia's Place bronzed palette. I have shade Tan and I like to use the top one. I like to get a big fluffy brush and put it all over my face. Not all over my face, but the same areas that I put the cream bronzer on. So under my blush, a little bit on the top, not too much clashing on the second part, and on my chin, a little on my forehead. I'm still a very huge fan of my Kimchi highlighter. This one is the Double Diamonds. This one is sold out, but it is just their two shades, Dream and Hope, together in one. I really like shade Hope, which is the one I always use. Tiny bit with my other finger, I blend it. And then the tiniest dot on my nose, I blend it with my other finger. Same thing on my bridge of my nose, blend it. I didn't film the rest of my routine. The rest was just mascara, setting spray, and lip combo. And there you go. This is my updated makeup tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helped. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out all my social medias. Bye guys!